you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the predicted lineup for today's massive Premier League game between Tottenham and Watford. Of course, Tottenham can go top of the league, while Arsenal at bottom of the league. And we are joined by co-host Jack Kanicki. Jack, how are you, my man?
Keeping really well, David. Keeping really well. Ready to bang out this predicted lineup. To be honest, it's going to be a bit more of a spicy one because who knows? It could be back three, could be back five. Maybe it's going to be back four this time. And also, where is, Cuti Romero going to play? Where is Christian Romero going to play? Is he going to even play is the question as well. A lot of us are thinking, the Don is going to play. Harry Kane's going to play. A lot of questions for this one, Dave. I think a lot's going to be asked of us.
No, there definitely is. There definitely is. But look, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Look, for me, I do think Hugo Lloris will be back in goals. I know Galini had a lead there. He didn't really have much to do midweek. But Hugo Lloris is clearly Nuno's #1, Jack.
No, I mean, fresh off, his 300th appearance, away, at Wolves, it seems like, he has to start, especially after a great performance against Wolves, maybe close to a man of the match performance, you might even say against Wolves, maybe bearing some of the saves in mind. So I will say he has to start in front of the home crowd. But moving on to right back, David, I think it's going to be Tanganga, Mr. Tangangster. He honestly, he's going to have to be. This is actually, I will say just quickly, David, it's hard to know what's going to be asked of him because it's not really where maybe Watford attack it down that left-hand side. So if he were to start, we might just be asking a lot of him maybe more offensively than even defensively this match. Yeah,
no, 100%. Look, Jaffet Manhandler, I think he's definitely, earned his stripes. I think he definitely deserves to get the nod here at right back. And yeah, I agree with you. Look, I don't think there's going to be too much asked of him down Watford's left-hand side. And they don't really use it too much. The only thing I will say is he just does need to stay awake and be alert. That guy, Sema, he can put in a good ball. But I do think you might see a bit more of him going forward this, Jack. Good call. Moving into right-sided centre-back, I'm going to make this call. I'm going to pick Romero. I know a lot of people probably will pick Daron Sanchez. And look, if it's not fixed or if it's not broken, don't fix it. But look, for me, I just want to see Romero come in. I think he had a great game during the week. And look, I want to get him game time before the two big teams come around after the international break, Chelsea and Arsenal. So for me, I think Romero today, and I think he's very good on the ball and could be crucial stepping out of the back with the ball.
No, like you said in the preview, David, I feel like Romero, this is the opportunity to be able to play in a back four. He's played in a back three and excelled in a back three before. But now it's time to maybe do it alongside, a center back partnership of just two people. So I will say this is maybe his opportunity. And against Watford, maybe this is the best, version of that kind of easy opportunity to excel here. But his partnership, David, it pains us. It does pain us, David, but it is maybe the most excelled, left-sided center back. It is going to be Moon Boots. What do you think, David?
Yeah, look, Nuno seems to trust Moon Boots, doesn't he? He's captain pre-season, captain when the Don himself, Harry Kane, came off in the Europa League during the week. And look, for some reason, he seems to like him. But look, credit where credit's due. He's performing. So look, long may it continue.
Long may it continue for Moon Boots, I will say. Region, David, I think another I wouldn't say as much. It's just Region. It's just, he's maybe the future of left backs. You maybe say, we're looking forward to him, excelling in the Premier League, especially this season in front of the crowd. I think in front of the home crowd, he's one of those guys that really definitely might excel. You would think, David, all the guys that are defending, whether it be us defending, against Liverpool or Man City or Chelsea, or us going against Watford at home. I feel like he's one of those guys that absolutely just thrives from, the energy of the home crowd, absolutely thrives, from getting up and down the pitch. The laps that he does getting up and down the pitch, no matter how many mistakes he makes, are still just unbelievable, Dave. Even when he is, not maybe during having his best game, he still just, paces up and down the pitch, doing whatever he needs to for the club. So I will say, Sergei, I will love to see him thrive this season, but he's just an instant slot into the left back position, you would say.
No, he is. And look, thank God, because I couldn't have watched Mr. 33 for much longer. But look, one thing I will say, Jack, is he has a massive game on his hands today. Everything's going to come down his side with Ismail Sarr on that side. absolutely everything. And look,
Well
if I was
said.
a Watford manager, I would back Sarr down that wing because Reguilon does like to bomb forward. So it'll be interesting what Nuno asks of him today. But I would like to see him pick his moments and still get forward though, Jack, because look, as we know and as we said in the previews last night, that look, they're right back. He's left exposed because Sarr doesn't track back. So if Reguilon can get down that side, with whoever we put in here on that side on the wing, create the double overlaps and just cause problems for them all day long. So he's a huge game on his hands today, and probably one that we need him to perform the most. But look, moving into midfield, Jack, we are going to go with a 3-man midfield. We were toying with the idea of a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, but we settled on a 4-3-3. And look, Skip is going to be the holding midfielder, Jack. Look, for me, I think he's warranted it. Starting again, he's been absolutely brilliant since he's come in. And it's just his tackles and the bite he brings to that midfield. It's scary at such a young age.
No, it is scary. And like I said, it's hard to know if he's even English. Maybe he has a bit of that, maybe Norwegian or maybe Viking English mixture blood, David, because he seems to be sharing the same, table as Højbjerg. After every game, they're probably buying each other steaks, sharing mead, talking about the tackles, that they had. They're probably even sharing, some of the war stories of some of, the tackles that they've had, in training or, maybe in a certain game or two. Honestly, they just seem to be subtly getting along so well. And then looking, David, just scarily at that trio right there. It's almost like maybe the Bermuda Triangle. David, now including Tanganga as well. It's not even the Bermuda Triangle, David. It's honestly, it's like a Bermuda hexagon or whatever, or Bermuda Square, really. It's a Bermuda Square, David. Tanganga, Højbjerg, Skip, and Romero. I don't know which one you would rather put a crunching tackle into you. I think I'd rather just not play, David. I think I'd rather just not play.
Look, I think Sema's going to be looking at that and be like, "Oh my God, Tanganga, Romero, Skip, and Højbjerg all down one side." I can now see why Nuno put Steyer in on the left side to kind of beef that side up a little bit. You know what I mean? But honestly, Højbjerg is the guy that's come in and really transformed this midfield. He's really showed fans how to love a dirty player. A guy that does the dark arts. He's really showed us how to embrace it and how to enjoy it. And for me, he's been a revelation since he's come in, and he's a start to play. Look, I love that little square we have going on there. Imagine, if I seen that, I'd probably just fake an injury or an illness, to be honest with you. I'd rather do that than get my ankle broken, and that's being honest. But look,
they're probably getting each other's way, David. They're probably getting each other's way, trying to tackle you when you think about it. But we won't think, Dele Alli, or it's actually a diamond, David. It's actually, a hard, it's a hard man diamond. That's what it is, David. It's a hard man diamond, from this horizontal angle. But moving on, I do think it's going to be Dele Alli as maybe, again, the selected number 10 / box-to-box midfielder or runner, as Nuno calls it. Dele Alli's been unbelievable. I mean, I have to admit, especially, when David and I were looking through the FB ref, the football reference stats, Dele shows up everywhere. Probably next week, we might have him as our unsung hero, I might say, with Stats with Jack. We're probably just waiting, one more game maybe for it, to be confirmed. But Dele's been unbelievable, David. Do you feel like he's an instant pick?
Yeah, look, it's the work rate, to be honest with you. It's the work rate he's putting in, Jack. It's something I'd never see. And looking at the stats here tonight, I know me and you, look, he ran the most against City, he had a very good game against Wolves, very destructive in the midfield as well. But we didn't expect him to be anywhere near on some of the stats we've seen. So absolutely big credit to him. And look, warrants his start. But at the same time, I'm just going to put it out there. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see Skip maybe not miss out on this game and have Ali and Højbjerg as a 2 with Galini coming in. But that's not what we done, just based off what Nuno has done and off the old saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I know we put Romero in there, but that's the only change, in the back line that we are going to make to it. I think the midfield probably will stay the same. But look, Jack, we're going to move on to the left-hand side. Of course, we're going to put Sonny up there on the left. So it is a straight shootout between Bergwijn and Lucas for the other wing. But look, the reason why we put Sonny out there, obviously, is because the Don himself is going to start today. Look, that's no secret. But look, Sonny, 5 goals in 9 games versus Watford. He clearly relishes a game against Watford and gets the chances and knows where the back of the net is. So look, hopefully we can see him link up with get the same link up with Harry Kane. I know he has played up front and he's been really enjoying that role. But look, the man's back now. You know, you go back out to the wing because that's where we need you most. We need productivity coming from out there, and we need teams to have different points and different angles to attack rather than just straight balls over the top for runners in behind. So getting Son back in will be a huge bonus out there for me on that left hand side.
No, very well put, David. Maybe the only thing I would add is, Sonny's going to have to, figure out which bogeyman he's going to have to be for, because it seems like he's a bogeyman for every team at this point, with, Manchester City as well, with Watford, apparently with his scoring rate against them with 5 goals out of 9 appearances, as well against Wolves. He also loves to score against Wolves from what it looks like, and he didn't score against Wolves, against Southampton. Southampton is one of his teams he loves to beat up on. It really is, with Sonny, it just seems like he's going to have to pick one of them, David.
He's stat padding today, Jack. That's what Sonny's doing. He's stat padding. But look, we are going to move on to the main man, of course, up front, Harry Kane. The best number 10 in world football for me, Jack. Look, no money can buy what he brings. His passing ability, his finishing ability. He can make things happen. He's strong. He can hold up play if you want. He can go in behind, not a problem. He's just the all-round magic man. And for me, I'm delighted to see him back, Jack, making his Premier League first Premier League appearance this season. And look, I'm going to predict the brace. I think he's going to get 2 with Sonny getting the other one. But I'm delighted to see him back, Jack.
I'm absolutely delighted to see Harry back. The Don, we even put a couple of animations, on stats with Jack, earlier, with his ability that from last season to just drop into the midfield, practically the center back position, and just ping it, to Sonny, Lucas, Bergwijn, whoever it may be, running in behind the defense. Honestly, we're bringing back, the creativity. We're bringing back, the number 10. We're bringing back, our most, intelligent player when it comes to the attacking third. It's just so many things we're bringing back at once, David. I mean, I don't even know how to list it.
Sexy back.
We're bringing sexy back. What'd you say, David?
Kane is also bringing sexy back, lad.
Oh, David, I mean, like I, even say to you sometimes in FIFA, he is sucks on the ball. That plainly said. But I feel like, before we have a bit of a goo gaga, over Harry Kane here, David, maybe we might move on to the right wing.
You got to move me on.
But everybody, please check out Stats with Jack, because we had some fantastic stats. I will say, on Harry Kane from his performances last season, and how much we do depend on him, and how much he really is obviously practically the best creative number 9 in the world. And Lucas, David, I think he's going to be the right wing. Some people are calling for Bergwijn, but Lucas simply has had the most appearances on the right wing. Bergwijn's been kind of playing off the left wing this season until Harry Kane's come in. What do you think? Will it be Bergwijn or Lucas?
Look, I get it. Bergwijn, he was good against Wolves. If he done that bit of skill that everyone's jacking off to, and you know what I mean. But look, again, it's the end product with him. For me, look, I play Lucas. Lucas is the one that caused the thorn in the side against City. Constantly got the ball, was getting us up the pitch. Look, okay, he had a bit of a dip against Wolves, but he was immense preseason. And look, the reason why I'm going with Lucas is because you can clearly see that Nuno has a plan with Lucas Moura. So I don't think he'll be the one to miss out, to be honest with you. But Jack, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that was actually well said. It seems like Nuno has a plan with Lucas Moura, because Lucas Moura is clearly doing a very obvious thing every time that we get the ball. He likes to receive it and then skin his man, cutting inside, and then find some ball in behind that's on the floor or some kind, or maybe just even switch it out wide or whatever. He loves to just cut inside on that right foot. Nuno has just seems to have instructed him, David, to not take it, down the wing and, put a ball into the box, which is kind of funny. People are saying Lucas is like his Adama, but I will say, like, Adama was doing the opposite, right? Always. Adama was always taking it down the byline, taking it down the wing and crossing it in, or Lucas is doing the exact opposite. Lucas is constantly taking it into the middle of the park, taking it into the middle of the pitch, cutting inside constantly, and then putting in a beautiful ball in behind, or a beautiful ball to someone else on the pitch to link up the play. As well, you must say, for a right-footed player, his ability to cut inside is just insane.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, it is. And look, for me, I think you can take from during the week that when he did play some of the players that he trusts, and to get the result done. Lucas and Dyer were in there, so I think you can take a bit from that too. But there you have it, guys. There's our predicted lineup. Please let us know in the comment section whether you agree, disagree. If there's any players that we left out that you think should be in, make sure you let us know, guys. So make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash that subscribe if you're new, and get your comments in. In Nuno we trust. Up the Harris.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And look, let's call in the beekeepers. We need to deal with the Hornets. Let's have it.